Hello, Finland Tony here, out on the bobber. I've got quite a big update today. You probably can't see it there. What could be the update? Well, take a look at the road we are on. And what kind of road does that look like? Full on dirt road, as far as the eye can see, both ways. Nice roads, one of my favourite roads this. Been riding it for years, not on motorbikes but on mountain bikes, and I've got a lot of favourite roads around here. 50% are asphalt, 50% are dirt, and I love them. They're so quiet and they're really nice. So when I got the bobber, I wanted to take it on all my favourite roads. It so happens a lot of my favourite roads are asphalt. Bobber wasn't really suited for it, so today this happened. Check those bad boys out. Full on knobbly tyres. Pretty chunky. They are, Christ, I can't even remember what they are. Pirelli MT60 RS. So the MT60 RS. The back one doesn't seem quite as knobbly as the front one, but it's probably just because it's wider or something. Let's check that out. Pretty knobbly. It's pretty crazy to put it on a bobber. Really, a bobber you would assume is for asphalt and stuff, like the car passed. Now you would assume a bobber is not suited for the dirt roads, and just look at what I'm riding on. Look at the ground, totally loose gravel. It hasn't rained here for months. It's so dry, so loose, and I've just done like a long ride on these roads, and you can't see on the camera, but it's crazy corrugations because of the tractors. The tractors with the agricultural tyres, they make all these like corrugations and ridges and bloody bumps and all kinds in the road. So the suspension is actually, it's not that bad. I know, like the rear shock is a pain in the bum, literally, but it's not so bad, honestly. I don't imagine many people are going to do this to their bobbers. On asphalt, it does surprisingly on asphalt doesn't really feel any different than the stock tyres I just took off. There's no like rumble that you would assume there would be with quite knobbly tyres. But officially, they're like 60% asphalt, 40% dirt, and the Ducati Scrambler comes with these tyres stock, and that's kind of like a street oriented bike that can go off-road. I'm not sure what the Triumph Scrambler comes with. Something similar. This is like what these new Scrambler bikes are coming with. Some people put them on like the BMW GS's and stuff like that. Probably like Triumph Tiger as well. People have fitted them too. So they're not crazy. They're not a motocross tyre, and it's not like an off-road tyre. It's made a jack of all trades tyre, but I'm not gonna say it handles better than the stock tyre on asphalt, but it's not any worse, and I've nearly scraped the pegs with these tyres on it. I've only been out for a couple of hours, so I'm still sort of scrubbing them in, so I'm not going too mad on them. But Christ, on asphalt, like they're sticky as anything. They're super grippy. You wouldn't know by looking at them the knobbliness on them. That like, yeah, there's just as much grip in these as the stock tyres. Hand on my heart, they're phenomenal grip on asphalt. On these dirt roads, they're also phenomenal. I got a give a thingy praise to Triumph, because they probably didn't envisage the traction control on a bobber being used as it's just been used. Because as you go over the corrugations and you put the power on, the back wheel spins, and then the traction control kicks in straight away. I'm really impressed. I've never really had to use the traction control before. It's in well, it's in road mode, just with, it's not in rain mode. It's in road mode, just with traction control on. And yeah, it was like the orange light flashes on the instrument cluster. Traction, a lot, and it works impeccable. I wouldn't say it saved me. I wouldn't say it saved me arse, but it was nice, very nice to have. Possibly in the olden days before traction control, I may have went sideways or something. But the bobber's pretty capable off-road, surprisingly, because you've got a low centre of gravity. It's almost like a speedway bike because you're sitting really quite low, and when you're going around a bends, it feels a bit speedwayish. Of course, it was a bit, not, I wouldn't say twitchy, but you do lose traction a little bit. Like you're on loose gravel, it's not going to stay firm. And when it did lose traction, it was progressive. It was nice. It wasn't like you know, crap yourself and you're going down. It was nice. I'm very impressed. So that's the reason I got these knobbly tyres, because I want to do roads like this. Secondly, what I'm doing to the bobber is I'm making it slowly but surely. I'm turning it into like a military dispatch bike. I'm gonna vinyl wrap it military green. I've got some ammo boxes to put on the back as panniers, and I'm gonna make it like a World War II sort of dispatch bike. That's where I'm going with it. And those tyres were a very important part, because I don't want it to look like a military dispatch bike. I want it to be one. Military dispatch bikes were made to ride in war zones on crappy roads like this, that have just been made by whoever, the Remy or whoever builds roads in the army. I don't know. That's what they were made for. Like Triumphs, old Triumphs. Like Royal Enfield Bullets, old Triumph Bonnies, BSA Thunderbolts and stuff. I think they were all like military bikes back in the day. You just throw a set of sort of semi-knobbly tyres on and they could pretty much go anywhere. Like, look at Steve McQueen in The Great Escape. What could he do? So, I think people put too much stock into the actual bike genre or the category that the bike is in. And go, oh no, it can't do that. Can't go dirt road. Can't go off road. Can't handle massive bumps and stuff. But it's all down to the tyres, really. You can ground clearance is going to be an issue if you start going doing motocross stuff, like, but on dirt roads, and I went through some pretty hefty potholes as well. All good. Don't know how long it's going to last with everything rattling around like that. It was pretty hard on the bike, but and there's probably going to be a lot of stone chips on it as well. But it's, yeah, pretty cool. So that's that. Okay, quick update. Can you even see me? Man, it's dark. Let's see. Is that a bit better? Maybe. So I'm just on like another dirt road going through a forest, and the sun's gone down quite a long time ago. It's beautiful. I mean, listen. Sound of silence. But I just thought I'd add, I just seen a massive moose, and I stopped and went to take a picture, but they always run off before you can get your camera ready. So that was nice, seeing a bloody big moose. And I went some tiny little tracks, proper, like you wouldn't get a car down them, like a normal car, and I done them. I had one very near spill where it was a bit of a tank slapper, but it was fun, and that's what it's all about. And yeah, so that's just an update. This is I mean, I'm pretty happy with that. The reason I got these tyres is so I could get off the beaten track and see a bit of wildlife. And just seeing a moose, first moose I've seen in a few months. So I'm pretty happy with that. The tyres have paid for themselves already. Secondly, I didn't mention it before, if you can even still see me. Well, you can't see me, so you can just see the trees. Secondly, or thirdly, there's a lot of dirt roads in Finland, because in places where there's only like 100 people or 200 people live tiny towns. They don't really want to go to the expense of asphalting a huge section of road to a tiny town where only 10 cars go a day. They're not going to get asphalted. They probably never will. But a lot of these dirt roads are freaking beautiful roads. They go through, cut through forests. So yeah, some of the best. Not zero traffic on them. Absolutely diddly squat traffic. Just yourself and the forest and the wildlife, and that's what it's all about for me. And now my Triumph Bobber can take me anywhere I want to go in Finland, because there's no mountains in Finland compared to Norway or anything. It's pretty flat. So as long as you got a set of knobbly tyres on, you can go anywhere in Finland. And now I can on a Triumph Bobber, the love of my life, that bike. So I'm pretty happy. So yeah, I can't imagine a lot of people going to put knobblies on, so probably not going to be searching for this video. But I just thought I'd make it anyway, just to show what you can do with a sort of a custom cruiser. You can do what you want with them and go where you want with them. Yeah, so I'm going to continue my ride now. The headlight's crap on a bobber, so I do want to get home before it gets pitch black dark. Still got a bit of twilight, so yeah, maybe an upgrade to the headlight and a couple of LED lights or something at some stage would be good. But anyway, bye for now.